Take big news in the association where early this morning Chris Paul posted to his story on Instagram that the Clippers were sending him home to LA from Atlanta, where the team plays later on today. Paul had previously announced that this would be his last year and he'd retire at the end of the season as a Clipper. Shortly after Paul's post, Clippers president of basketball operations Lawrence Frank texted a statement to ESPN confirming the news. He said this: "We are parting ways with Chris, and he will no longer be a part of the team. We will work with him on the next step of his career. Chris is a legendary Clipper who has had a historic career. I want to make one thing very clear. No one is blaming Chris for our underperformance. I accept responsibility for the record we have right now. There are a lot of reasons why we've struggled. We're grateful for the impact Chris has made on our franchise." Now, the Clippers have lost 5 straight. I believe they've lost like 12 of 14 games.
14 of 16.
Yeah, 14 of 16. It's been not good for LA. Nonetheless, your reaction to the Chris Paul news?
Put the camera on me, please. I don't give a damn what Lawrence Frank has to say.
Oh?
I don't like what he did. I don't have much of a relationship with Lawrence Frank. I've always respected him. I remember when he was the head coach of the Nets. I remember when he was the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. I know the man knows his basketball. I always found it a bit sketchy, iffy. How does Doc Rivers bring you in as an assistant and you end up being the president of basketball operations over him before ultimately assisting and letting him go?
Chris Paul, Los Angeles Clipper. This was supposed to be his final year. Part ways with the Clippers, but the Clippers are parting ways with him. Now, what I see about this is that nobody's loyal to you no matter what you've done for the franchise before. Look how they did Blake Griffin. Look how they doing him. There's been rumors around there that, Chris Paul has an aggressive style leadership. And he rubbed people a lot, the wrong way. This is what I'm hearing. But what I say is this, is Chris Paul is a winner. But I think the Clippers did him dirty. I think this is the reason why the Clippers will never be the franchise they're trying to be. James Harden's playing well, I believe. Bradley Beal gets hurt. Kawhi Leonard is in and out. I just believe that they need to just tear it down. But what I can say is though, you have to treat the people that brought your franchise to a higher level. You got to treat them right. He didn't really get a farewell tour. He was just there. He was excited to be there from when I seen the press conference when he signed there. But I just think that they did him dirty. I think this is not right. I think you have to appreciate the people that made your franchise something. When he was there with Blake, DeAndre Jordan, JJ Redick, he brought a lot of attention to that team. He was a great player, even though he was supposed to go to the Lakers, but we ain't going to say nothing about that. But loyalty, man. What's going on, in the NBA, the loyalty's not being rewarded. This is the reason why you have so many young guys. You don't have that many vets. The vets aren't being respected like it used to be in the 90s, the early 2000s. It was an honor to be an NBA vet because you had experience. People listened to you. No matter how you said it, you talked to them crazy, whatever, but they understood what you're trying to do. But I just think this is sad for the Clippers. This makes the Clippers look awfully bad. This makes management look bad. This makes Steve Ballmer look bad. It's because look how you did Chris Paul. You did the same thing to Blake Griffin, even though you gave him a massive contract and you sent him to Detroit without even telling him. This is just the world that we live in, and even this goes in corporate, right? It does not matter what you can produce for them, but people are just soft too, though. This is what I like to have. This is why I like to have my own stuff and be in charge, because you can't be your true self and lead the way you want to lead if you have people that's over you, head coaches, assistant coaches, management. And I believe that Chris Paul probably just rubbed some people the wrong way because he was on people's ass and he was holding people accountable. What we come to see, especially in sports or even in life, you see a lot of people that just don't want to be held accountable. That's what it is. People just don't want to be held accountable for their actions. The Clippers are a terrible team right now. They're on they lost 14 out of the last 16 games. And he's probably in there cussing everybody out, saying, you suck, you be better. And they were like, hold on, we don't need this from you. Get up out of here. I'm hoping that he gets to the Lakers or Oklahoma City and be a real vet, because I believe that they really did Chris Paul dirty. And I think this will come back to haunt the Clippers, because ain't nobody want to go to an organization that did Chris Paul like that. Why would I go play there if you're doing people that did so much for your program and you treat them like this. Steve Ballmer's a great guy, but there's a lot of people that have a problem with Lawrence Frank, who's the president of basketball operations. He got there pretty crazy too. He was assistant coach with Doc Rivers, and then he ended up being Doc Rivers' boss, and then he ended up firing Dr. Rivers. Sick. So it's just one of those things that we're looking at, man, is just saying that as a corporation, this is not just a basketball thing. This is just about if you're running a business, take care of the people that are loyal to you. Take care of the people that put your company in the position that your company is today. Take care of those people. Don't do those people dirty. They could have just let him play for the rest of the year, have his farewell tour, put his jersey in the Raptors, everything would have been cool. But they did it like this to make a statement. But why would you get rid of Chris Paul? How about you get rid of some of them other people down there that suck? It's just finding a scapegoat. Well, we're going to take the attention off of our terrible record and put it on Chris Paul. So this is why Stephen A. Smith gets upset. It's because it's idiotic. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Always find that to be very, very suspicious. But that's a story for another day. How the hell do you do this to Chris Paul?
Exactly.
Now, this is a future Hall of Famer who come there for the last year in his career. I don't give a damn what's going on with the team. They're trash right now. We understand that. They have the worst superstar in the sport in Kawhi Leonard, who is a talent when healthy, no doubt, but does nothing to promote his team nor the game of basketball. The absolute worst superstar that you could possibly have. And from what I've been told, the only person that really talks to him is CP3 because nobody else talks to him. Okay? Just leave him alone. That organization right now is a mess. It's a mess, okay? I know, and we know it ain't coaching because Ty Lue the coach. Ty Lue know what the hell he doing. Now, Jeff Van Gundy being there, we know Jeff Van Gundy knows the stuff, but he's old school, stuff like that. I get it. I have not spoken to CP3 yet, but you know I will, okay? I haven't spoken to a few of the Clippers. They know if I don't get a call from them, they'll be getting a call from me within the next 24 hours, okay? Because I've already been calling this morning, all right? I'm just on the air right now. I missed 2 calls during the show. I'll deal with that later. To do this to CP3, to do this to him, to let you on a road trip and you send him home.
That's crazy.
You send him home, doggy. This ain't about, whatever. We could talk about CP3's and his credentials, Hall of Fame, because I know you and I will get into that. But don't tell me he deserves this. You're on a road trip for Atlanta and you're going to give out that bogus BS statement where it's not his fault. Then what you send him home for? Because you sent him home because he probably looked you in the face and told you that the organization is being ran like trash right now?
Mm-hmm.
That somebody needs to do something about the climate and the environment that exists with this thing. You were once competing with the Los Angeles Lakers. Not that you were ever going to win in a popularity contest, but you used to beat them. Now they're kicking your ass. Everybody is, all right? The Clippers look like hot garbage. And you make news because you're sending home a 12-time All-Star? Who is a consummate professional, known for his professionalism, known for holding others accountable. When you're going to hear Chris Paul, I promise you'll hear complaints about Chris Paul because he's not liked by everybody. You know why he's not liked by everybody?
He's a winner.
Because that brother will hold you accountable. He will look you in your face and tell you when you ain't doing your damn job. Mm-hmm. He will make sure that you prioritize maximizing your abilities as a professional to do what's right to help the team win. And he ain't interested in making friends. He's forward thinking. He makes friends in the right places. He knows power brokers. He's a businessman. He's all of these things. He doesn't deserve this. If you want, at least come home and at least negotiate a buyout to sit up there and to send him home like he's some malcontent running the streets, not knowing how to act, like he's a cancer to this team. Lawrence Frank is more of a cancer to the team than him. What have the Clippers done? Is it that the man that traded Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and about 4 picks for Paul George? Is it that the man that assisted in letting Kawhi Leonard blackmail y'all into doing that so he wouldn't end up a Laker? Wasn't that on Lawrence Frank's watch? And you're going to send Chris Paul home? You're going to disrespect a future Hall of Famer and a consummate professional in this league for 2 decades, the former president of the Players Association like that? I mean, please. Hey, listen, and I'm just getting started.
You know what, Stephen A. Smith, that's what I love about him. He speaks facts. He holds everybody accountable, and he holds people and puts the spotlight on people that don't want the spotlight on them. You embarrass Chris Paul by sending him home like he's just some rookie off of a D-League contract. Where's the respect? This is why I said this is more damaging to the Clippers than to Chris Paul. Chris Paul gonna probably play somewhere else and win a ring. That's what I'm hoping. I hope whatever team he picks wins a ring, because he gonna go out the best way. I got cut by these suckers, and I end up playing with OKC or the Lakers, and I got a ring now, and I went off into the sunset. But this damages the Clippers because ain't nobody gonna want to go to that franchise. That franchise has bad management, and I believe too, just like what Stephen A. Smith says, you got to tear the whole management down and start over and build a culture. This is what's wrong with a lot of NBA teams that try to do, get the superstars. There's no culture. There's no accountability. There's nobody that's in charge. There's no coach creating the atmosphere. Tyronn Lue is a great coach, but what he is, I believe that he is held back in creating a culture and selecting the players and being in that process 24/7. Give him the keys to create the culture what the Clippers are supposed to be. See what I'm saying? But love this, man. Chris Paul got done dirty, but this is what I'm forecasting. I'm forecasting this. Chris Paul going to get a buyout. He going to either play with the Lakers, maybe Oklahoma City Thunder, maybe another team that's really good for the playoffs. That team will win, and he going to get a ring. That's how he going to end his career. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. As always, we're going to keep it going. Can't stop me.